What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So today we are doing Mercury in Gemini. Gem in my eye. I got germs in my eye. Yeah, no, I'm not on LSD, okay? So, Mercury in Gemini. What happens when you have Mercury in the sign of Gemini in your horoscope? Well, what is the sign of Gemini? Gemini is a sign that is controlled by Mercury himself, okay? And Gemini is a sign of communication, all kinds of communication, whether it's from journalist to writer to author to public speaker to salesman to politician to a lawyer. Everything requires communication, the art of communication, the skill of communication. Okay, Gemini is about short distance travel, going from here to there to there to there, from this city to that city. That's why it's called short distance travel. It's those people who are just always on the go. And Gemini is a sign of intelligence. However, it's a different intelligence versus Virgo, which also Mercury rules. This is the sign of ideas. This is a sign which is controlled by wind, the air sign. So it moves with the wind. It works with the Wi-Fi connection of the cosmos, meaning that ideas come really quick to these guys. And this is why they make great entrepreneurs, because the mind wants to do this 1 minute, the mind wants to open a hotel 1 minute, the mind wants to open a casino in the other minute. So you put Mercury here. And so what happens? Most of you would be thinking, oh my God, this is just going to be like double whammy. Like Mercury is just going to energize this thing and these guys are going to go crazy. But guess what? That's not the case. Mercury in Gemini is very dignified. Because Mercury here is like, hey, I control this sign. I know this sign. This is my house. I don't need to rush about anything. I don't need to do 10 things at once. I'm in my house. I can be patient about it. I can do things. So this is why these guys, when they communicate, they're not just blah, 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 communicating like Mercury or Gemini usually do. Especially Gemini. Here Mars is like, he has the grip on the saddle of Gemini. Here Mars is very articulate about the speech. Here Mars is very confident about his speech. When he speaks, he wants to use the right word at the right time in the right place. They're not so talkative as you might think, because they want to have the right conversation with the right person at the right time at the right place. And they're communicative. Of course, their whole intelligence is about communication, but they don't just want to communicate about gossip or various, uncoincidental things. They want to communicate about, things that are about ideas, about bettering something, about bettering the local community. And when they communicate, they want to communicate with people who are just as intelligent as they are. When they write with calm and peace, and they take their time to look at it. Okay, I'm writing this. Is everything right? Is every word right? So is my, grammar is right? Is my spelling is right? Am I getting the message out in the right way, right form, the right length? So that's why it becomes very important. It's not like the moon in Gemini where he's doing 10 different things at the same time and he just can't control his thoughts and he's like racing out of his mind. Here, Mercury is like, no, I got a hold of this. All the ideas come in, but all the ideas come in one at a time. They come through this, they get funneled through this one passageway, where other planets in Gemini might be getting like through all sorts of places and they're going crazy. Where Mercury creates this funnel and says one idea here, one idea there, because Mercury is also logical. He's intelligent, he's analytical. So he takes the idea, he arranges it there. He takes the idea, he arranges it there. So they're quite patient about the ideas that they get and how to implement those ideas. Now, if of course Mercury is getting a aspect or conjunction from Rahu or Mars, then of course it's going to alternate that. It's going to alternate the circumstances where Mercury is living in. So that's where he could be really quick, really aggressive, So, well, Yash is doing his 360 on the ground. I don't know why he must be chasing a fly. But that's what Mercury does in Gemini. He takes everything calmly. He takes everything with perspective. And he wants to arrange it in the right way and present it to you. So they will talk. Once they know the subject that they want to talk about, they will talk. But they will not just talking just for the sake of talking. Their talking needs to have some sort of an idea and purpose behind it. Because Mercury has its own significance. He's not just about Gemini. He's also about Virgo. He's also about structuring and placing everything neatly and nicely. This is why when Mercury talks within Gemini, his speech will be very dynamic and articulate, but it will also have a structure behind it. It will also have a purpose behind it. He will not speak as much. He will speak regarding the things he really wants to speak about. He'll be very analytical, self-critical about themselves in terms of communication and writing. So it's a very good placement for Mercury, obviously, because he's in his own vacation home. It's not his real home like Virgo, but it's like a vacation home. And still there, he really manages the energy of Mercury quite well. So guys, this was my analysis of Mercury in the sign of Gemini. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Mercury is placed and what sign it's placed in, check out the link below. Check out my book there, Astrology, the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you the link to look at your own chart. Just make sure you follow the directions below. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with Mercury in Cancer. Bye-bye.